So since day one, Philips, we never really post any negative news about the F&B. We are not a food critic at
But then you're
Foodie
not
Media.
authentic then. That's one of the challenges then, right? When you're not being balanced in the view, then there is a concern that you're too salesy, you're too positive, right? Good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Grille. I'm Philip C. Joining us today is Nicholas Lim Pinn Yang, Chief Executive Officer of Foodie Media, a leading digital food and lifestyle platform that has quickly become a force in the region's online media landscape. As the company moves towards its initial public offering, we're exploring its growth trajectory, monetization strategy, and how it plans to position itself in an increasingly competitive digital content market. Nicholas, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Philip. It's an honor to be here.
Now let's unpack the upcoming IPO. Foodie Media is valued at approximately 266 million ringgit based on its recent IPO prospectus on the ACE market, with plans to raise about 75 million ringgit. And if we were to double click on the basis of the valuation here, it's predicated on an annualized forward price to earning ratio of 24.7. which feels very hefty, which feels very ambitious when you compare with many of the other media telco peers, which range from 7 to 15. What's the basis for this valuation?
So first of all, Foodie Media is one of its kind in the region. It's a social media pages built on top of that. But now we are offering more than just a media platform. So when we do Insta Roadshow, all the potential investors are very excited because first of its kind in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia as well. So the way they are building now is in the 4C pillar, the content pillar, the creator pillar, the commerce pillar, and community pillar. So Foodie Media are not just a media company that you find comparable in the market across Malaysia and Southeast Asia. So we have really built a strong IP brand that we can excel and help other content creators to monetize, to connect the right brands, and also leveraging on our IP to do offline event. So that's really the basis here, and we are very ambitious and very confident to deliver results.
Let's pick up on this first of a kind, and I think this is always the conversation, especially when we talk about digital media and technology, that you may be first of a kind, but in 5 years you may not be the only of your kind, because it's so easy to enter this space, right? What enables you to build that moat and barrier that makes it hard for other people to replicate the current success you have? Because the basis will be that in order to grow at 2x, 3x, 4x to justify this valuation, you really need to make sure that this first of a kind has its legs and actually can stand a test of time in 3, 5, 10 years' time.
Yeah. That's a really good one. So our moat is, we live in foodie branding. So foodie really started to inspire experiences, helping local and tourists look for food, what to eat, what to do. But beyond food media, we also expanded to other verticals as well. We're in home, in property, in car, in tech, in lifestyle. So that's really the moat, and our competitive edges is really, we know what to do in content format and really helping them to tell the story online. Helping the SME, helping the local company, helping a big corporation, and work closely with advertising agency is the moat that we built for the past 7 years. It's easy to enter, but it's not really easy to sustain. We have never stopped posting for a day. In fact, our number of views and our followers have been growing on a very healthy basis, and we believe food connects people. So that gives us a very, very big potential, helping our local company, not just its FMCG category, not just F&B, but in other category as well.
So you posit that what is key here is food is the attractor, the one that draws the traffic in and allows you to then connect to the other different product categories that you've been moving towards.
Yeah, and proven that we have done that before. From Pinn Yang, our first baby, Pinn Yang Foodie, we ventured out KL Foodie, Johor Foodie, Borneo Foodie as well, East Coast Foodie. All are very hyper local. Even in Southeast Asia country, we hire local contractor to run it. But from there, we actually venture out to other categories as well. So in Malaysia Homie talk about property, home and design. We have Travel Rookie talk about traveling. We have Car Buddy talking about automotive industry. So this is what really believe, because after each recommendation from KL Foodie, we talk more than food. We talk about what stock to buy, what company is now rising, right? We talk about wedding. We talk about a lot of things. So our company mission is to inspire experiences. So you will notice, Philip, most of our branding are end with IE. inspire experiences. So we really want to tap into all lifestyle decisions that Malaysian make in Southeast Asia user and helping them to make the right decision.
But this content generation comes with a lot of risk. I mean, if you post the wrong content or controversial content that, riles up, you have a risk of a huge backlash, which has huge consequential damage for the business, right? How do you factor in that risk of having content that doesn't jive or resonate, right? Or even is controversial then?
Sure. So since day one, Phillips, we never really post any negative news about the F&B. We are not a food critic at
But then you're
Foodie
not
Media.
authentic then. That's one of the challenges then, right? When you're not being balanced in the view, then there is a concern that you're too salesy, you're too positive, right?
Yeah. So we believe that food is very subjective. You would think nasi lemak burung hantu is nicer. I would argue that Village Park is better. Even saying nasi kandar, there's a food war going on. So Foodie Media, since day one, we never really criticize people. We don't post, we don't write on negative issue, even on social side of news. We don't do that. We're really focusing on telling the brand story, local interview, the auntie, uncle that has their own story, their own recipe. That from there, we bring people to their store and try it out, and we let our audiences decide whether it's good or not.
If you bring back to the original question about the valuation, the fact that the P multiple forward is pretty aggressive at 25, it is predicated that the business is going to grow from strength to strength. You've doubled your revenue in the past 2 years. What's your revenue projections? How fast do you expect Foodie Media to grow in the next 3 to 5 years?
Sure. Last year, 2024, our revenue was at 24 million.
Yep.
This year, 10 months, we are at 31 million ringgit. So there's a high growth there.
So that's about 50% growth, right? Are you expecting that kind of trajectory in the next few years or more?
We are very ambitious, Philip, but we want to tell our investor is double-digit growth is what we want to deliver to our investor.
Does that also equate to the bottom line? Because if you look at actually and you compare the trajectory of your top line and your bottom line, yes, your bottom line margins are very healthy at nearly, I think, 30-40%, but they have been eroding actually in the past few years. Do you expect that with the top line growing so fast, you will expect actually erosion on the bottom line as well?
So moving forward, our guidance for investors is going to be double-digit top line, bottom line. Currently, Foodie Media, we are not just in a media segment, not just content creation, not just digital media publishing. We're also helping our brand to do creator business. So leveraging on the rise of creator economy, helping them to connect with the right brand. That margin is about 40 to 50%. And we're also helping our brand to do e-commerce selling on TikTok. For example, that commission is 10 to 50%. And lastly is community. So in order to do that, to improve the margin, we are setting up our own team running the show internally, so that will still improve margin basically, and we believe we managed to do that to really sustain and maintain a healthy margin.
And just building on this strategy about kind of building that team internally, and it comes back to the proceeds of the IPO. I think you want to raise about, close to 41 million ringgit, right? Dedicated for manpower. 60% of your proceeds really is to actually hire nearly 200 people, which is a huge number of people to do this kind of work. What was the basis to recruit 200 people in this space of time?
Yeah. So people is a core, is the main cause of Foodie Media, but it's a core, it's the heart of the company, because we need more people to going around Malaysia and Southeast Asia to cover food, things to do, what to buy, in beauty, and also the new vertical that we want to build. So that's really important to grow, because we believe as we gather more editors, we can churn out more video, more content that will give us more revenue. The waiting time of KL Foodie now is 2 or 3 weeks. So we need more manpower to really gather more content. But beyond KL Foodie, we also want to build Malaysia Homie, right? So we need more manpower to do it. So that's why we are putting a lot of cost to hire more people in a 36-month time.
And this proceeds, right? This is supposed to last you for how long? Because it will run dry after a while. Because these 200 people are permanent fixed costs in your books. It's not a one-off capex even. It's a recurring cost. So when you talk about allocating proceeds for this, you're funding the recruitment and salaries for how many years?
Yeah. So every new pages that we created, we can monetize in 3 to 6 months' time. So this is a message we want to deliver to our investor as well. So after that, it should be profitable for that segment in a new vertical that we want to build, even existing vertical. So we are very confident each and everyone that we hire, it will bring ROI for our company. Yeah. So after the fund, after the proceed, it should be our company will run, because that's how we run for the past 7 years. We reinvest our profit and hire more people to grow to other vertical as well, even creator business, commerce business, community business. That's really the reason why we are confident that once we have hired more people, new pages is built, new monetization is built, that new stream come in, they will help us sustain the business.
But isn't it quite risky to take all these people in? I mean, AI could potentially do much of this work in 2-3 years' time, right? Is it risky to hire 200 people now with the risk that they could actually be replaced by AI?
Some other industry, AI could help or replace certain job, but in our media industry, most of the experiences that we created, you need to go there and shoot.
Really?
New food, new charging menu. There's really no database on the whole World Wide Web yet.
And so if I take it back, right, it sounds like these 200 people will have to make your business grow 4x, 6x, 8x, because AI complements makes it faster. They should be able to generate more content per pax at a much faster rate. So I guess the prognosis is, coming back to the IPO valuation, it will be able to fuel the ability to generate content that gives you the revenue that's moving at 30-40% CAGR per year. Would that be fair?
I think so. When I first started the business, let me put it this way, social media is a riding wave that saw it, I see it, and we immediately jump on it and create a lot of video. When that time, still a lot of people worry about there's no free Wi-Fi, video creation is slow, don't know how. But now AI could really help us to create more content, to increase our operation efficiency, scaling our content into multiple languages as well. That's why, Philip, you will see part of the proceed we have raised, we want to leverage on AI tools to help a content creator create more content. So for the number of video that we can create on a monthly basis right now, we will see multiplier from there. Yeah.
Nicholas, when I hear you, I sense the passion, I sense the really deep devotion and dedication to the business, right? And hence why there is a lot of questions about, with this IPO, you and your wife are purportedly taking home nearly 6 million ringgit as a result of these proceeds. So there is criticism that some will say that you're cashing out really early since you set up the business nearly 7 years ago. How committed are you in making sure that whatever is being promised in this IPO proceeds will be manifested and realized under your leadership?
After 7 years of building a business, I treat it like a real baby now, become a teenager right now. Still early for the group, for ourselves, for the founder itself. We are still early. Post-listing, the founding team are still the majority shareholder. We can't wait to see how Foodie Media is going ahead, because with the AI right now, with more content creator than we can build, we ever dream to build, we are very confident that we could drive the success of the group in other verticals as well. Because if you look at it, our revenue is still growing on a very healthy level in content. If like creator, last year, we actually grow 5x in our creator business. And we really want to grow that. It's a really fire and passion in our heart and our team. We want to help the local businesses have F&B, big corporations to scale faster.
So it's not a gradual exit strategy then?
No.
Give your business the edge it needs with Business Enterprise Solutions. Collaborate with us for unbeatable possibilities. Leverage on our 5G network and bespoke solutions to elevate your business in today's digital landscape. Business Enterprise Solutions. 5G makes business sense.
And now we focus about the business model itself. I mean, if I look at the challenges you have, the revenue stream is really primarily aid expand. I always wonder, in your business, right, what is your differentiation? Is it the talent that drives the business? Is it the contents that's generated? Or is it the platform and the multiple platforms you have that enables you to drive and get a premium in the value?
Sure, Phillips. So today, we have 46 million social media followers. Each and every month, reaching 100 million people. Content is still our core, Phillips. So we believe content is our primary IP, our moat that none other competitor can compete with us, because that's really, we have built for the past 7 years, getting the followers, the trust, the following, and go into our recommendation. So we believe that with the IP that we built, all the IP, KL Foodie, Malaysia Homie, there's so much thing we can do, especially in the 3 vertical that we want to build: the creator pillar, the commerce pillar, and the community pillar. So IP here is what we have.
I think the biggest challenge and I scroll through your content, and I'm enraptured by it, I have to say, is how much of it is paid, sponsored versus really editorial in nature.
Sure.
I think when you look at it, it feels there's a huge amount of paid content and sponsored content, so it feels a bit disingenuous sometimes.
So since day one, we have organic team. So all the F&B, local businesses, all the interview that you've seen on our social media, they are non-paid. But we need paid content to keep the company running, right? So every 10 video that posted, 70% are organic.
So it's a
they're
ratio
non-paid.
of 7-3 then.
Yeah, across 37 brands.
And is there a pressure to change that ratio as you move? Is it different for different brands? For example, when you enter a new market, you've got to proportionally have more organic versus paid. What's the formula when you think about ramping up your business?
So at our company, many people are very passionate to do organic content, right? For sure, because that really give values. And paid content as well. So we're a separate team. So every new vertical that I build, we'll start with organic content first. We're focusing on what content that really drive engagement for our audiences. We really want to focus on that. So moving forward, no, they won't stop. Since day one, we never stop of reducing organic content. Because why? Organic content will give us more leads of advertiser. Give you one example. If you cover more omakase restaurant, we will see more and more omakase restaurant owner will ask us to advertise. So this is the way we look at it.
So it's a very important lead generation, what you're saying.
You're
here.
right.
And I was just want to build on that conversation. When you talk to advertisers, when they engage you about let's do something on paid content, is the intent across the marketing funnel on the upper stream, which is brand awareness, or is it consideration, or is it conversion, right? What really do they use Foodie Media for, right? Or when you look at the marketing funnel?
Every single time we have a conversation with our vendor, with our SME or local businesses, they will typically say that, our business increased for 30 to 40%. That's a metric that we can measure. So that's why I really want to help from top
So there's
funnel.
a very conversion-driven piece. Is it 30-40%?
Yeah, but for us, our KPI for our client is the views. So we believe content will give us top funnel awareness first and then drive people to the store. That's why Philips, we're also very passionate and very energetic about the commerce pillar. Right now, Juice Coffee, besides promoting their new tumbler on our social media channel, we can help them sell the tumbler on KL Foodie channel. Our TikTok channel on Foodie, KL Foodie, Halal Foodie has been starting to do tumbler.
And how much commissions do you get for that?
10 to 15%, depending on brand.
So fundamentally, the business is going to grow very fast, but the gross profit margins will decline, right? Naturally, as a result of that.
If we add in our commerce pillar, but this is a pillar that the sky is the limit. Because product, we are in a service business, media businesses. A day, we need more people to do more content. That's a cost. But for live streaming selling, we are still doing live after retail is closed at 10 p.m.
Got it. So just picture for me the revenue structure, right? Because at the moment, like nearly 80-90% is all primarily through some form of digital advertising through the KOLs or paid media per se, right? Fast forward to me in 10 years, how much is the e-commerce function going to deliver in the top line, right? Are we going to see this contribute 80% of the business or 10%?
So content gonna be our core.
Still the core?
Still the core, 50%.
Okay.
Creator is gonna be the 20%. Then commerce 10%. But I would like to add on point of the commerce pillar. So 10 to 50% is our commission income. That put into our book. But a lot of e-commerce player, they still recognize the products. So if you have 60 ringgit, 10% commissions, we only recognize 6 ringgit in our book. So the total revenue of the product is not recognized. So when we measure of our margin of commerce pillar, it's still very healthy because we engage with live hosts, then pay them a per hourly rate, full-time income to do live streaming for us. And then that income is very profitable as well, Philips. So it's not the 10 to 15%, but if we on a monthly basis, that income is actually, the margin is still good as well.
Let's turn attention to the brands. You have 36 brands, correct me if I'm wrong. Complicated, messy, at times overlapping. What's the brand architecture when you think about setting up all this, right? Like if I think and look at it, a lot of it is repetitive and a lot of it is overlapping. How do you think about the structure of your platforms?
Yeah. So 37 brands, yes, a majority are F&B focused. And we believe food has to be recommended by the local. So we started Pinn Yang Foodie, KL Foodie, Johor Foodie, Borneo Foodie, Sabah Sarawak Foodie. But it gives us more revenue stream. Philip, I'll tell you why. So when a brand advertises for KL Foodie, that really speak to the Klang Valley users, Selangor user, if a brand want to reach out to the Northern, then they can select a cross-posting option and advertise at Pinn Yang Foodie. You might think it's very messy, but the audiences are really different. And then if they add on Johor Foodie, that's a pricing structure that gives us more revenue stream, cross-posting income. And that achieves EOS. So Sabah Foodie really posting about Sabah food. And then from that, we venture out to other vertical as well.
So it's not a problem when your top 5 brands actually account for 60% of your followers. Because what you're saying here is that the remaining brands actually give you this compound effect. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's right.
And I think for me, if you look at your follower base, 46 million followers across the whole architecture and whole brand platform, question in my mind is how genuine are they? How active are they? How outstanding are them? Case in point, 7.7 million followers on KL Foodie, but only 40% have visited it so far. How do you justify the quality of your followers?
Okay, since day one, we have been posting non-stop genuine content from different algorithm change, square video, now portrait video. That's how we gather. Never for once we have both followers. That wasn't a thing at our culture. So all are very genuine followers across different platforms. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Xiaohongshu, X, WhatsApp channel as well. And looking at the number of followers grow on month to month, we are still sitting at 2%. 46 million is a big number already, but still a very healthy growth month to month. And every single month, number of views are still increasing, over 100 million across our platform.
And from a business strategy, when you think about the next 3 years, you have grown in Malaysia. I think more than 90% of your business is based in Malaysia. Do you see the opportunity to go deeper in Malaysia, or do you see the opportunity now to move out of Malaysia and pursue other markets? What, in your view, is your number one priority? To go deeper in Malaysia or to go beyond Malaysia?
We want to go deep in Malaysia for the next 2 years.
Because there's still a lot of untapped opportunities.
Yes.
Where do you think the untapped opportunities are?
Digital index Malaysia are 2.6 billion ringgit. Our revenue today, 2025, 10 months, 31 million ringgit. So there's still more room to improve. E-commerce, digital live streaming selling, the CAGR is increasing tremendously. We want to tap and ride on the trend right now to capitalize on what we want to build for customers. So we really want to go deep, talk to more customers, work with more brands directly, advertising agency, and offer them the 4C that we have at Foodie Media. After that, and add on, regionally, Singapore Foodie, Bangkok Foodie, Jakarta Foodie, and Manila Foodie, they are profitable at their own, but we want to go deep here, Malaysia, in the 4C category, then we venture out with in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Nicholas, I wish you all the best with the upcoming IPO. That was Nicholas Lim Pinn Yang, Chief Executive Officer of Foodie Media. I'm Philip C., BFM 89.9.